Assalamu alaikum students. I hope all of you are great. Here is your history teacher. Today we will review the second topic of the second chapter. Alright, today is our lesson number 11, and in lesson number 11 we will see the second topic of second chapter. As I told you in our previous lesson that we have just finished the second chapter. There were only 2 chapters included in our final term syllabus, right? So we just finished these both chapters, and in our previous lesson we have reviewed first topic of the chapter which we had just recently finished, and today we will see the second topic. We will actually review the second topic of this chapter, right? So in our previous lesson we had studied about the famous Mughal emperors including Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir and Shah Jahan, and today we will study about Aurangzeb, because this chapter is all about the causes and consequences of Mughal decline. And you must be thinking that why we did not study in much detail the other emperors, and why we are studying the Aurangzeb in this detail. So students, let me tell you that Aurangzeb was one of the major reason of the decline of Mughal empire. Okay, so that's why we will see that how Aurangzeb became an emperor, how did he extend his empire, and how he lost his position. So if you have your book with you, just open page number 13. On page number 13 you will find the topic, the reign of Aurangzeb. Alright students, can you see the picture on your screen? Yes, that picture is of Aurangzeb. So in 1657 Shah Jahan fell seriously ill. Shah Jahan was the father of Aurangzeb. Now firstly we will see that how Aurangzeb got control. So when Shah Jahan got seriously ill, then Shah Jahan actually had 4 sons. So they all were at mature age, and they all wanted to be the emperor. Okay, so Shah Shuja and Murad had coins struck in their names showing them as new emperor, because in ancient time whenever any person wanted to become the emperor, they just have struck coins with their names. So the other one, Dara Shikhu, was the eldest son and thought to be the emperor's preferred successors, because he is the eldest one, so everybody was expecting that after Shah Jahan he would be the emperor. And in 1658 Murad and Aurangzeb joined forces and defeated Dara Shikhu's army, because in these 4 brothers there was a war of succession, because after their father everybody wanted to become the emperor. So now after their father, now every son was fighting with the other one just for the sake of throne. So in May 1658 Aurangzeb defeated imperial army led by Dara Shikhu. He basically defeated his brother, and Shah Jahan was allowed to remain in Agra until his death in 1666. So that Agra fort was actually a prison for Shah Jahan, because Aurangzeb did not want any interference of his father, and when he defeated his brother, now he wanted to rule according to his own ability, according to his own ideas. So he just asked to put his father in the Agra fort, and Shah Jahan stayed there until his death. Now we'll see that after becoming emperor, what was the impact of the reforms which Aurangzeb brought to his empire, right? So after defeating the imperial army, Aurangzeb took steps to establish himself as emperor. Whenever anybody become an emperor, then he must have to bring some kinds of changes in the empire according to his own ability. So Aurangzeb fought against Rajputs, Sikhs and the Satnamis from 1679 to 1681. So he also fought against Pathan tribes in the northwest frontier, and the most costly for Aurangzeb was the campaign fought against the Maratha tribe in Deccan, because Deccan was a huge place, and when Aurangzeb sent his army to fight with them, then there was a great war, and economically he has to pay a huge cost for that war. Then Maratha leader Shivaji was originally defeated in 1665. So although Aurangzeb did face many problems in extending the empire by the time of his death in 1707. So it was larger than it had ever been. Right students, now we'll see that what kind of changes Aurangzeb brought to his empire. Well, in previous slides we have seen that Aurangzeb's fights or Aurangzeb's wars which he had fight for the extension of his empire, and after conquering those areas, now we'll see that what kind of reforms he brought to his empire. So Aurangzeb introduced some of the most important reforms in the empire. First of all, he appointed censors of public morals. He actually appointed some religious people who guided the people that what kind of morals they have to adopt. And he banned the consumption of alcohol, because in Islam alcohol is haram. So before Aurangzeb, every emperor was used to have alcohol, but Aurangzeb was the only one who just ordered to ban the consumption of alcohol. Then he stopped singing and dancing at court for the entertainment purpose. Mughals, they were used to have people who danced and sung for them, but Aurangzeb stopped this entertainment at Mughal court. Then he even determined the maximum length of beards. Then he said that it is a sunnat that in Islam males should have dadi, a beard. So he said that every male, he should make a length of his beard as much as he can. The next one is he abolished many local taxes. He asked to stop taking taxes from the Muslim people, and Aurangzeb ruled the empire for almost 50 years, and he achieved much. But it is also true that during his reign the start of decay in the empire could be seen, because students, Aurangzeb, he started paying attention religiously more on empire rather than he look after the problems of the empire. And there were Hindus who were in majority, they got against him because he was favoring Muslims a lot but not to Hindus. So when he converted his attention towards religion more, then he just get careless from the empire because he thought that our real life is akhirat. So being an emperor, what had I earned? Only treasure, only money, but now I have to earn something for myself, and that is good deeds. So he tried to bring people towards Islam, towards good deeds. So that was just the deed which he had done for the Muslims, but it became a major cause of the decline of his empire, because being an emperor, he should pay attention on his empire as well. The initially 2 years of Aurangzeb were so successful when he had many fights with intruders and extended his empire a lot after Akbar. But later on, he converted himself towards religion more and he just neglected the empire. Right, student? So, this is all for today. Just review or just go through with this topic by reading page number 13 and the worksheet which I am going to assign you. Try to complete it in time. Alright, till then, take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.